I'm Mike Hackard from Hackard Law. We're located in Northern California's Sacramento area. We litigate trust and estate cases in California's largest urban areas, including Los Angeles and Orange, Santa Clara, San Mateo, Alameda, Contra Costa, and Sacramento counties. I'm a baby boomer, so I really do pay attention to baby boomer issues. According to CNBC, the baby boom generation, people like me, those born between 1944 and 1964, are expected to transfer $30 trillion in wealth to the younger generations over the coming decades. We baby boomers have had many advantages over our parents who came of age during the Great Depression. The Depression held some hard lessons. I know it did for my parents, to be careful and frugal. My generation is known for its independence, youth orientation, consumption, and self-assurance. All those attributes lead us to believe that the problems of growing old maybe really don't affect us. Not quite. As we baby boomers are working our way into our mid-70s, some of us are still ignoring the obvious. By some estimates, more than 40% of baby boomers don't even have an estate plan. Whether that statistic is accurate or not, it's clear to me from my own law practice that many people find out too late that a parent failed to create a solid estate plan. That's the point at which the senior is passed on and the estate is now in hot dispute. And we know how it happens. There are so many examples, but we'll pin this one on mythical Martha, Joe, and their dad. Martha says that Joe was Dad's favorite child, which was why Dad left the ranch in Montana to him and not to her. And that's not fair. We can go on to Martha's baby boomer friend, Sue. Sue's family has a different problem. Sue says that her sister, Sharon, didn't take good enough care of Mom when Mom got Alzheimer's. And now it looks like Sharon used her access to Mom's checking account as a personal ATM. This does smell like elder financial abuse. These family dramas and tragedies are happening with greater frequency. In the lingo of 1960s era advertisers, these cases are soon coming to your neighborhood. So I'll generalize as the kinds of problems that we trust and estate litigators see coming to our neighborhood, often the courthouse in the neighborhood. I recently worked with a financial advisor and her mid-80s client. It's nice because I've been called in to help in a preventive way. I'll call the mid-80s person Joan. Joan and her predeceased husband built a sizable fortune during their lifetimes. Joan now finds that she has cancer and only has a few months to live. She's done no estate planning. In essence, for now, she's letting the government do her estate plan. That's not really a great idea. She's worked for years, stored up her treasure, if you will, and now she doesn't know what to do with it. Of course, doing nothing is a choice in and of itself. She knows that her children don't like each other, and now they don't even talk to each other. And some of them are capable, and some of them not so much. Sibling rivalry and attendant court battles are not only predictable, they're really very likely. In her last days, she's now asking if there's anything she can do to avoid that. Well, ideally, an estate plan should be constructed well before someone reaches their mid-80s, and certainly well before someone is diagnosed with a terminal illness. At that point, no matter what one does, there are almost always sure to be some challenges. But that said, let me share with you what I generally share with clients. For now, I'll call them 5 ideas about wealth transfers to reduce the risk of future family courthouse battles. Idea number 1, get everyone together. The iconic scene of a group of heirs sitting in a room while an attorney reads a will makes good theater, but in real life, you really want to avoid that scene. At least I would. Seems pretty dreary, doesn't it? Pretty formal, pretty aloof from love of family. If people know what to expect while you're still alive, they're less likely to challenge your wishes after you're gone. So communicate your plans and wishes so everyone knows exactly what to expect. Surprises generally benefit no one. And your interaction with your heirs may just cause you to rethink some assumptions that you've made. And you may still have time. Idea number 2, hire both an experienced attorney and an experienced estate financial advisor. Getting professional help will mitigate many risks down the road. There are no cookie cutter estate plans, which means you need qualified people to help you make the smartest choices. If you own your own house or if you have a sizable nest egg, you don't want your estate to end up in a probate court, which will certainly happen if you don't plan accordingly. Do you really want the government to do your estate planning? Idea number 3, document everything. After you're gone, and if there's a dispute, you can be certain that your sanity, mental stability, and capacity will be called into question. A good attorney and a good estate planner will be able to make suggestions that help verify that you have capacity and your estate plan is not subject to undue influence. Sometimes your professionals may want to gather medical records ahead of time or have you interviewed by a capable and knowledgeable doctor. Some lawyers or doctors videotape sessions with you showing that all your executive functions are in order when you make your estate plan. That said, I'll say from experience in litigating trust and estate disputes, that nothing is perfect. But there are always ways to reduce risk, not down to zero, but better than doing nothing. Idea 4, plan for the worst case scenario. For baby boomers, this is really a tough one because we've lived our lives being optimistic. Our standard of living has increased over the past several decades. We want to think that things are getting better, which means that the future will be great, right? When it comes to estate planning, do not assume that your family will come together and rally around after you're gone. All too often, things have a way of going the opposite way. Hope for the best, but plan for the worst. Finally, idea number 5, be charitable by leaving the world a better place. Like it or not, you'll be judged by those you leave behind. Think of how you hope the world will be in 50 or 100 years and designate some portion of your wealth to receive some of the blessings you have received. Isn't this really a better way to live? If books and reading were important to you, donate to libraries. If you care about animals, donate to shelters or groups that prevent cruelty to animals. If you care about the environment, donate to groups that protect the health of our planet. Or think about your church or your synagogue and the work that they do. There's really no right or wrong amount, but I often see clients give 5% to 15% to accredited charities, ones they respect and hold in high regard. To paraphrase Shakespeare, let us not leave the good to be interred with our bones. Before you go, please let me know if you'd like to receive a free copy of my first book, The Wolf at the Door, or my recent book, Alzheimer's, Widowed Stepmothers, and Estate Crimes. Just send your address and an email to me at hackard@hackardlaw.com, and I'll be glad to put one in the mail. I'm Mike Hackard from Hackard Law. Thanks for watching.